All right, let's talk a little bit of Lakers Warriors here. Lakers Warriors, LeBron. Steph and LeBron meeting for what could be their final meeting in the playoff series. Yeah, when you put that, when you say that, it's like, God, I hope not. But also, it's 2023. One of them's 35, the other is 38. And I'm not saying these guys are anywhere close to retiring, but just the likelihood that we get this series again. Things change all the time. If Bronny is drafted by Orlando, is LeBron going to pack up his bags and head back to Florida? Maybe. Maybe. Warriors coming off of a crazy Game 7 in Sacramento. Steph Curry had to basically carry the weight of the world on his shoulders with his 50-piece less than 48 hours before having to play LeBron James and Anthony Davis, albeit at home, which bodes well for the Warriors because of how atrocious they are on the road. Didn't really work out. Anthony Davis was excellent. The first player since Tim Duncan to have a 30, 20, and 4 blocks. Was that it? Just outlandish, just stupid numbers from AD. And this is what we all want from Anthony Davis, man. And Darvin Hamlin so far as to call him a top 5 player after that game. And look, hey, if Anthony Davis can do this with any level of consistency, I would agree. Okay, I consistently call him a top 10 guy, but hey, if he can bring it on both ends with that consistency, you sold me. He's a top 5 guy. However, we just don't see that, and unfortunately, it's more often than not to do with his health and his lack of availability. So, putting that aside, Game 1 was excellent for Davis. He was leading the charge, like I said, both sides of the floor. Kevon Looney is really underrated, man. He is an excellent big guy. He also grabbed 23 rebounds in this game. That's not going to do it, though. Kevon Looney's not going to be able to contain or even really even slow down Anthony Davis. If Anthony Davis is as aggressive as he was in Game 1, I'm not going to say this could be a short series. There's no way on earth I would believe that this series goes less than 6. But damn, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough because LeBron felt like, I don't know, the third or fourth most important guy on the floor that night. And maybe not fourth. Maybe like the third most important guy on the floor that night. And just, it didn't matter. It just didn't matter. Anthony Davis has freed him up. And Reeves, believe it or not, has freed him up to be off the ball, conserve some energy, actually bring some energy on the defensive side of the floor. Lakers in Game 1 have 10 blocks, okay? Lakers had 10 blocks. LeBron is averaging, and I was just curious because it's just felt like, and maybe it's just me being a LeBron guy, it's just felt like he's been really active with the hands, really blocking shots. He's had so many of those classic LeBron off the backboard, just chase down artist blocks, and he is averaging 1.6 blocks a game in the playoffs, which is really pretty impressive number. He's been excellent. AD had 4 blocks that night. Russell and Schroeder each without blocks, a couple steals. Russell and Schroeder are, I mean, for what they are, they have been really fun. If nothing more, they have been really fun to root for, to watch. They made life really hard for Steph and Clay the other night. And Clay and Steph, they combined for, they would go 19 for 49. Curry has the 5 turnovers. Curry's 10 for 24. I mean, they made them work, okay? And that's not to say that Curry didn't hit some crazy tough shots and Clay didn't come out of the gates rolling. But look, they finished this game shooting all not that well. And it came down to a couple of Jordan Poole threes that, questionable. Shot attempts at best. Vanderbilt starts this game, 2 blocks, 2 steals for him. He's kind of been hit or miss for me. And I think he was excellent right after the trade and was really good throughout most of the rest of the regular season for the Lakers, but I think it's fair to say he's not been maybe a seamless or a perfect fit this entire playoff stretch so far, but definitely looked good in game one, was very active, was wreaking havoc, which is really what he needs to do. He needs to be a really good defender. They're going to stick him in that corner, and he's going to get those shot attempts. It's going to fall or it's not, and it doesn't really make a difference because he's their best option at that kind of that tweener spot, starting alongside Davis and LeBron. Got to feel good if you're the Lakers, right? Because you go into Golden State, which is a really, really hard place to win, no matter how poorly they've played on the road. The Warriors have maintained that Warrior way of winning at home, not letting teams come in and steal their home floor. And they did a good job. They did a great job. Going in game one, like I said, LeBron and AD had to force the issue. They had to make sure that they were present, that they were felt in game one. They could not take this game off. You're catching the Warriors on short rest, a totally different game plan than they had for the Kings. And, that was a window, a time that you had to come in and just show up. And if you're gonna win the series, you're gonna have to win one on the road. And that was the one they won. Give me the Warriors in game two. There's no way. Very similar to how I felt about the Celtics. There's no way they lose two in a row at home. Go down 0-2. Absolutely not. They know they're not good enough on the road to come out lackluster or low energy in game two. So this series is going to be, I'm telling you, it's going to be 1-1 going into LA. And just like the Lakers did, the Warriors are going to hope to split this series or split the road games. I am less faithful in the Warriors' ability to do that. I know they just won a big game 7 on the road, but they also dropped several games in Sacramento. Playing in LA, they don't like the beam, but it is a pretty hard place to play, especially when you consider just how amped those fans are to have real, meaningful playoff basketball right in front of them. They were robbed of the 2020 Lakers title. They didn't get to watch any of it in person. So playing in LA is going to be tough. Playing in the Crypto.com arena, which, it's going to be tough. So I am doubtful, or not doubtful. I think they'll split in LA, but I don't think they're winning 2. I'll tell you that much. And I'm not. I couldn't guarantee that they win both in LA. I like the Lakers still. Obviously, of course, game 1 has further caused me to double down on this. It doesn't go shorter. It doesn't go fewer than 6. But I still like LA. Too much size. Too much LeBron. Too much AD. The Warriors are going to have to rely on shot making, and they actually relied, unironically, the last Jordan Poole shot, make of what you will, they relied on him a lot, and he's not doing what he did in game 1. He played pretty well offensively in game 1. He's not going to be that guy every night. I don't think the Warriors know what they're really going to get from him the rest of the series. If you're the Lakers, I think you're probably like, hey, we won a game and Jordan Poole's pretty good. Maybe the Warriors talk themselves into playing Jordan Poole more, and maybe Jordan can catch lightning in a bottle here and kind of, I don't know, find a rhythm. But I don't know. I just don't think he's got the chops to be a consistent option for the Warriors for the remainder of this playoff stretch. So, and that's kind of what this comes down to. I think that the Warriors are a little bit like, what's our team? Like, you've got Steph, you got Clay, you got Draymond, you got Looney, which is at least nice to say that they know that they have a big guy they can count on, and they're playing him. They're playing Looney a lot. They're playing big, which is not the Warrior way, but Looney is been a damn good, important player for the Warriors. Outside of the core guys, who do you got? You got Jordan Poole. You're going to play Poole, I think. Some nights he does look unplayable. Some nights he hasn't played. But he's going to play in this series, I'll tell you that. you don't really know what you have in Gary Payton right now. He's kind of just a defensive substitution, and he hasn't looked that good. I don't know if he's healthy, because he was awesome in the playoffs last year and really dictated or swung that Celtics series in their favor in the finals. He doesn't look like that same guy right now. Getting nothing from Kuminga, not playing Kuminga. Playing a lot of Moses Moody. I still don't really know what he does. Really, I don't know. It's just kind of a lot of question marks for the Warriors, that bench. And I don't love it. The Lakers, I know that they're going to play Rui 10 to 20 minutes, depending on how the shot's looking and depending on if he can win his matchup. You're going to get the starting five. You're going to get Schroeder off the bench. He played 31 minutes off the bench in game one. That's a real legit viable option for them. Reeves has been showing for a couple months now, he is not a one-trick pony, not a one-hit wonder. He's actually he's doing a lot of the ball handling work. They're getting him in a lot of pick and rolls. They're really using him as a lead option on offense, and I just think the Lakers have more options, and that's kind of it. I've been saying that the depth is so important in these playoffs. I know we trimmed down to an 8-man rotation realistically, but who are your best 8? And the Warriors, I can't point to 8 guys that I really love. I'm not saying I love all of the guys in the Lakers, but they, at least I know what they're going to give me, right? And that same sentiment cannot be said for the Warriors. I think it's going to go 6, 7 Lakers. Give me. I think the rest of the series is going to play out. There's no way the Warriors drop game 2. So I will be seated. I will be watching, but just know that they will probably make 53 pointers and look like the Warriors, and then try to swing this momentum back into LA. But that's not going to be an easy task for them. They're so bad on the road. But great showing from the Lakers, no doubt, in game 1. This series is going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome. I really think so. I think it's going to go long. I think it's going to be great. The games are going to be close. Really excited. Really excited. It's going to be maybe a more emotional towards the end of the series, when it feels like it might be slipping away, or it might be coming to a close. And ultimately, one of these 2 teams, which are extremely popular, very beloved, filled with so many talented players who all deserve to be on a deep playoff run. One of those teams is going to have to go home, and